Amazing. Well, welcome to the call, everyone. Super excited for every single one of you to be in a position today to be learning about NFTs. Now, we've got live on the call also Asim Ahmed, who is, I'm just going to be honest, when it comes to this NFT space, is a major GOAT in the space. Like when I say GOAT, I mean greatest of all time. He's been killing it in the space. We've also been partnering up for a long time so far. So before we kind of get into everything and before we break everything down, let's literally ask him, is there anything that you want to say about what you think this call is going to be doing for everyone, breaking down like the structure? What are we trying to do today, bro?
We're here to change all 118, 19 people over here. We're going to change all your lives when it comes to NFTs. Because honestly, guys, this is going to be life-changing information. Me and Daniel combined, we have made a lot of money when it comes to crypto and NFTs, man. And we're helping hundreds, if not thousands of people change their life, meet their goals, achieve their dream. And honestly, just thank God that you're here on this call right now, because you could be anywhere doing anything right now, probably on TikTok, Instagram, Netflix, just wasting time, but you're here to create generational wealth. We are here to absolutely achieve everything that you desire. But yeah, go on, Daniel. Let's carry it forward, man.
Let's go, bro. So honestly, I'm excited. We're gonna break things down. And as Asim said, yeah, let's get straight into the value. Everyone about NFT. Can you guys hear me clearly? Like, is it always clear, or is there any cutting out at all? It's all clear. Okay, amazing, amazing. So let's get into it. So what Asim and I have done, we prepared some visual aid to break everything down today. Our objective is to introduce the world of NFTs to every single person on this call, explaining what they are, kind of helping people understand, like, you know, the benefits, what they can bring, and also even giving you some live examples of NFTs that we've previously bought and that we previously got into. Now, let me know in the chat for everyone that's on this call, how is it that you learn? Yeah, we're continuing to admit people. Let's make a few other people co-host as well so they can help. Amazing. Now, yeah, when it comes to this NFT space, I want to know exactly how it is that people learn, because our focus today is to educate every single person on it. Now, for me, I'm personally more of a visual learner. I'm asking, I don't know, how is it that you learn?
I'm more visual learner and videos.
Yeah. Visual and videos. Okay, so now in the chat, let us know, how is it that everyone learns? Are you more of a visual learner? Are you more of an audio learner, so you learn by listening? Are you more of a tactical learner, so you learn via just doing and applying? Let me know. Let us all know in the chat. Okay, we're seeing a lot of people saying visual. Okay, cool. A lot of people saying visual, tactical, taking notes. Okay, well, if that's the case, what we're gonna do is, luckily myself and Asim, we prepared some visual aid to break these things down today and help every single one of you really go to the next level in this space. So let me just share my screen and let's get into it. Now, for those of you that don't know, NFTs is something that is really changing the game. We've been hearing a lot about, and the first part of this call is us going to be using some visual aid to break things down. Then later we're going to be getting into some, again, live demonstrations. So now let's kick off with the biggest question that's on everyone's mind when it comes to NFTs. What are NFTs? Now, let's just break it down and say how it is. They're non-fungible tokens. Fungible in the sense that we actually, for us to understand what non-fungible actually means, we have to understand what fungible means. Now, fungible means it can be replaced by another identical item and still hold the same value. Non-fungible is essentially it's unique and irreplaceable. So how is it that we can apply this to asset ownership? How is it that we can apply this and give live examples of breaking down fungibility and non-fungibility? Now, what we've got here is we've got an image, and this image shows a few different assets and a few different ways that you can actually look at this concept of fungibility. Now, on the top, we've got fungible assets, and on the bottom, we've got non-fungible assets. On the left, we've got intangible assets, and on the right, we've got tangible assets. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to break this down. Aston, what would you like? Let's go through some examples of fungibility, intangible, and maybe tangible. Let's break it down. How do you want to go with this?
So the best explanation that I would give in terms of, like, you know, fungible and, you know, fungible really is like something that you can buy a half of, a quarter of, for example. So, you know, it could be, you know, like, for example, in pounds, you know, like you have 50p, you have, you know, 10p, you have 5p. And, you know, with Ethereum, for example, or Bitcoin, you can buy half of Bitcoin, you know, a third of it, you know, 0.001 of Bitcoin. But when it comes to fungibility, you can only buy a whole piece, like a house, like a car, a painting. You can only buy one image, like, your display picture right now that you have on Instagram. If you own it on the blockchain, that's essentially an NFT, and if it's a really great picture, you might be able to sell it for some cash, So that's an example, if you're good looking enough that you might be able to make some money if you make your profile picture an NFT. But yeah, so essentially, you own it to a point where, in the future, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, if you have an NFT as your profile picture, you'll be able to verify it, and no one in the world can have that same profile picture because you own that as an NFT. And that's very important, because all of the social medias are now understanding that NFTs is a big deal. All the celebrities are using it. They're having their profile pictures as NFTs. I don't know if you've seen Kanye West. He has a CryptoPunk, minimum. CryptoPunks are worth like 300, 400K. So, before, and also banks, right? They're also creating their own selection of NFTs. They have, like, for example, Grayscale, they're creating their set of CryptoPunks. So what you got to understand is if everyone is coming together, all the influencers, all the banks, all the big institutions, they're coming in and they're getting involved in cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens, then you need to get involved in it ASAP. And this is what the value that we're going to provide here today. And I want to say also, before we carry on, thank you, Daniel, for preparing this amazing presentation. It was all him. It was not me. This is magic right here. I don't know if you guys understand how beautiful this looks, but honestly, this is all him. He's a wizard when it comes to crypto and presentations. So take it away, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. Honestly, and I'll say transparently, right, that the reason why we're doing this call is because this space is going to get so big. And I wanted you to understand that something that's very, very key when it comes to investing is we only invest up until our level of understanding. And that means that if we understand something a little bit, we're only going to do what? We're only going to invest a little amount of money. If we understand it a lot, then maybe we start scaling the bigger amount of money and start to put in a little bit more. So my focus right now is, let's talk about what NFTs are. And as Asim said, there's different examples. You've got money, which is what he spoke about, pounds, dollars. These are fungible assets, but you can feel them. You can put them in front of you. You can rub it in your hands. You can get a gold bar, and then you can get maybe, it weighs, I don't know, let's say 24 ounces. And then you have, 1 ounce of gold, but you have it 24 small pieces. What does that mean? They're worth the same amount of money. Now, again, like Asim said, you've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum. These are fungible, but you can't see them. They're intangible. So the question is, how can we move from these type of assets to intangible, non-fungible assets? How can we move from assets that can be interchanged for the same amount of value, right? For the same amount of value, to assets that can't be interchanged for the same amount of value, but that we can't see physically in front of our eyes. As humans, it's always hard for us to believe in something that's not possible or not in front of us. Remember contactless when it first came out? I used to check my bank to see, did it actually go out? Like, as if when I tapped my card, I was so confused, and it was weird because I was so used to exchanging cash. Now, non-fungible tokens are simply assets that are unique and irreplaceable that are built onto the blockchain. Now, for those of you that don't know what blockchain is, the simplest way to break it down is I want you to visualize in front of you a cube. Let's stop the screen share. Visualize in front of you right now a cube, right? And I want you to visualize that cube is number 1. Then I want you to visualize another cube next to that as number 2. Another cube next to that as number 3. Another cube next to that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I want you to visualize a chain connecting every single cube as they're created. So you've got number 1. Then number 2 is created, then it's connected by the chain. Number 3 is created, then it's connected by the chain. Number 4, connected by the chain. That's blockchain technology. Simply each cube represents data. And then what happens is, they add on to it. They use the chain to connect it. It's simply a decentralized network. Now, let's talk about some examples of NFTs. Examples of popular NFTs that we're going to hear about. Now, can anyone name this NFT? Do you know what type of this one? Let's see. I know Asim knows straight away. He actually mentioned it. Maybe, name it in the chat. Yeah, the category is a CryptoPunk. So we can see this is what we call a CryptoPunk. As Asim said, the minimum for something like this is ridiculous. Let's speak about the next one. Will anyone recognize this category of NFTs? Now, for those of you that are wondering, the new people that are thinking, okay, why is he showing us random pictures? And I saw the question, what if someone screenshots it? As Luke said, the screenshot isn't verified on the blockchain. It's like someone having a profile picture of a Lamborghini, but then when you go to their house, you don't see the Lamborghini in the driveway. It's not the same. It's like you got a picture of it, but you don't actually own it, right? So when you can see it on the blockchain, when you know that it's on the blockchain, you have the real version. Now, some people know this. One person actually said it's cyberconks. Now, these are cyberconks. Now, for those of you that don't know, every single crypto, these popular NFTs that I'm showing you are worth multiple Ethereum. Today, the price of one Ethereum is $3,500. These are in the double digits, the NFTs that we're looking at right now, for a minimum. This is the me bits. Let's go a little bit further, just for the sake of time. Some of you may have seen Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. Now, I know a couple of people that have been looking into this space and wondering, why are people buying this? What are the benefits of this? Now, let's actually go through some of them. Now, I know that prestige, flex culture is something that a lot of us know about. A lot of us know. I know we got a spelling error, but there we go. We got prestige, right? Prestige, flex culture. And the biggest thing that we know with prestige is, Asim, what's the best way to break down what is the benefit of an NFT when it comes to prestige or flex culture?
I'll give you an example, right? So you know how you have, obviously, you have like a Lamborghini, you have a house, right? Now, I had someone in the chat as well mentioning, what if I screenshot, your NFT project, for example, your picture. Now, number one is, it's like, for example, if I was to take a picture in front of a Lamborghini, everyone on my Instagram knows that's not my Lamborghini. Everyone knows, if I take a picture outside of a mansion, that's not my mansion. So it's kind of like that. It's like, for example, if you put a CryptoPunk on your profile picture, everyone knows you haven't got 400-500K to invest into a damn profile picture. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. And you got to understand, right? Flexing is ingrained pretty much in our DNA. From the beginning of time, people wanted to get a one-up on another person. That's why we buy a nicer car, a nicer house, we buy designer clothes, all this kind of stuff. Now, it's like, Daniel was saying, it's like, you have a Lamborghini, and people come to your house and they'll see your Lamborghini or they'll see you on the streets. But how many people actually see that Lamborghini? But like, if I have an NFT, right, that's worth 500K now. And let's just say I've got like 100K followers, and all my mentors, all my favorite influencers, the people that love me and admire me and I inspire, they see my NFT. Okay. So that means I get a lot more exposure. Instead of, the 10 people that might see my Lamborghini, I have a profile picture that everyone can see. Everyone that discovers me can see. Everyone that my haters can see as well. They know I've spent 400K on a profile picture. And what's best to flex on them than something as stupid as that, So it's kind of like that. So with NFTs, though, it gives the average person, an ability to multiply their crypto and make profit as well. Because on one side, you have, you invest capital into Ethereum, for example, or Matic. And when Matic grows, your capital grows with it. But how do you multiply the amount of Matic that you have? You go onto a Polygon-based NFT website that sells NFTs, for 10 Matic, 100 Matic, 1,000 Matic. And then that's how you create whatever it is. So in terms of like blue chip NFTs, understand this, right? And this is a disclaimer in itself, because with NFTs, you have to have a disclaimer. With cryptos, you should have disclaimers, but with NFTs, it's, you need it there right in your face. So I'm going to tell you right now, right? For the recording, for the FBI, the CIA, whoever it is that's seeing this right now, it's NFTs are riskier than buying crypto. So make sure you spend what you can afford to lose, okay? Because if you try and get into this by yourself, it's like, there's like a 99% chance that you lose money, okay? You're literally throwing your money in the bin, Instead of throwing it in the bin, you can give it to me. You can just pay for mentorship for myself, Daniel, and we will help you flip your cryptos, make money through NFTs. Okay. But that's what I have to say on the disclaimers.
Amazing. Honestly, like we'll say it how it is. When it comes to this space, it's very, very easy for us to say that, you know what, I've done a little bit of research, I understand this, and then start throwing money into it. But the biggest disclaimer we can say is when it comes to investing, only invest what you can afford to lose. Now, for the individuals that have bought NFTs and are investing into NFTs that, you know, they are willing to lose that amount of money, the benefits that they're going to receive, like Asim said, is the prestige. Jay-Z having the profile picture of an NFT punk was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe millions. We're seeing buying and reselling to create profit. Now, how does someone buy and resell? The concept of NFTs for a long time really did just confuse me. And I know for a lot of people on the call, it may be similar. So I want you to think of baseball cards. Even though we're not interested in the community of baseball cards, maybe not everyone on this call, does that mean that community doesn't exist? So no, it doesn't. So what happens if someone buys a baseball card and you find out it's a legendary baseball card? You don't know the value of it, but the people involved in that community understand the value of it. So what do? They focus on trying to find it. They've been searching for it their whole life. And then they see you walking down in Tesco just with that baseball card hanging out of your pocket. What do? I'll give you 100,000. You don't understand why. This is NFTs, but that's a physical example. It's the same thing, except now we're looking at digital. So people are buying these NFTs for a cheap price and they're selling. All we're doing when we're looking at NFTs is becoming more aware of the things that people are interested in this world that we didn't know that people had an interest in. This is why, again, you buy and then you resell for more profit. Now, as you do that, the focus for a lot of people is to create and find out what's going to be the next blue chip NFT. Now, for anyone that's new, wondering what is a blue chip, what do they mean by blue chip? It doesn't mean the verified tick on Instagram. Blue chip simply means a safer, a more sustainable investment, typically. The ones that come as a standard, it's almost like, say, for example, if you think about stocks, what's safe? S&P 500. I'm not telling anyone to go invest into it, but it's almost like a blue chip. It's that quality, that standard that's rest assured across the whole community. So that
is, bro, is blue chip NFTs are essentially something like an NFT project in general, like a CryptoPunks, for example. You know, they are going to sustain their value long term and they're less susceptible to take a massive drop. So I'll give you an example, right? Let's just say CryptoPunks, you know, the minimum you can buy one for is 300K. Now, let's just say there's like, I don't know, like 1,000 other projects out there. You know, they'll go to the minimum, like to buy one, you need, you know, 1 Ethereum, right? And then, you know, after like a couple months, you know, community dies down and, you know, the price of one of the 1,000 NFT projects are now like 0.01. You know, you've lost all of that value of that crypto NFT project, but the blue chips is to its value because, you know, it's like the Vuitton, it's like the Gucci, it's like the Armani of, you know, their NFT projects. They sustain their value long term, and it's kind of like an investment. You invest into that blue chip NFT and it will grow in value over time. It's like Bitcoin in a way. Okay. But yeah, go carry on.
No, I love that, man. So for the ladies on the call, that's more like, it's kind of like a Birkin bag. that's the best way to explain it in my mind. It's like, yeah, you got a Birkin bag, you buy that, you resell it, and you know you're gonna get some more money from it. So that's what the blue chip NFT is almost similar for. And then the crypto portfolio, how does it grow? Like Asim said, when you sell that NFT, how do you sell it back into crypto? So let's say, for example, you buy an NFT, it's worth, I don't know, let's say half an Ethereum, and then you resell it later down the line and it's worth 2. That means you made 1.5 Ethereum's profit. So this is why obviously a lot of people are getting into it. But the question that a lot of us need to understand, remember, our level of understanding dictates how much we invest into anything, right? The profit that we can gain is percentage based. So we need to understand what this industry can actually contribute to. What can actually NFTs influence? And I'm gonna bring up a few different things right now. We've got gaming, we've got luxury item ownership, we've got art, music, media, business funding, and new business models, and sports collections. Now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go through this. We're gonna break it down, but before I move on, let me know in the chat, how are you guys finding the value so far? Drop a number 8 if things are making sense. You're taking value so far. You want us to continue because we can stop the call here. I know we got more planned, but I just want to know. I just want to know if this is something that's like, you know, it's making sense for everyone that's here. Okay, we're seeing 8s. Okay, everyone's getting value. Now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to just drop them into the chat, send them privately to myself or Asim, and we'll try and answer them as we're speaking now. Well, let's talk about, I'm going to leave gaming more to Asim. Gaming. Asim, that's your area of NFTs. I don't know.
So with gaming is quite interesting, right? And you got to understand, you know, NFTs is the same thing with crypto, right? If you understand crypto properly, it integrates into majority of society that we use, you know, in our daily lives. Okay. everything from mobile phones to banking to just everything really. And it also integrates into gaming. How it does that is, I'll give you an example, right? So let's just say, you know, for the gamers here, you know, there's FIFA 2023 or Call of Duty 2023 or something, right? You know, when they come out with this game, they could sell it as an NFT, which is going to happen, right? GameStop has talked about how they're going to integrate, you know, NFT games. So instead of getting like an ultimate edition or like a special edition of a particular game, they have certain benefits included, which you know, makes it more valuable, and there's less supply of them. So let's just say there's only, I don't know, like 1,000 games that are going to be released of this edition, you know, that, you know, this special edition. So now what happens is everyone's fighting for this 1,000, you know, pack of games essentially. Now, what happens is once you play that game, because there's a limited supply, they maintain their value as an NFT. So let's just say, you know, it costs, you know, for money's sake or whatever, let's just say it's 1 Ethereum, right? 2.5K for a damn game. So now when you sell it, it sells for 2 Ethereum or 5 Ethereum. So now instead of just playing a game and throwing it away or giving it to your cousin or whatever, you can sell it to someone because it's a special edition. It's an NFT. You own it on the blockchain. You can gift it to someone and you know, they buy it for 2 Ethereum, for 3 Ethereum. So now you're making 2.5 grand for the game, 5K for the game. So that's how gaming works. But now also, you also have Axie Infinity, which is the largest NFT game in this era right now. Now, how that works is you buy special characters, right? That, let's just say Pokemon, right? You buy a Pokemon. Everyone knows Pokemon, right? You buy a Pokemon worth, let's just say 0.1 Ethereum, right? So let's just say it's like 300 pounds, for example. Now, this one, you need 3 of these characters, and you can play and fight other people. And you can, once you're done with your character, you can sell it on, and let's just say it maintains its value or it goes up in value. Now you can sell that particular Pokemon for 0.5 ETH, for even maybe 1 ETH if it's something rare. And what's crazy is, you know, I'm getting a bit sidetracked here, but, you know, I've got people in the Philippines, you know, playing with the NFTs, the NFT characters that I bought. I've sent them the teams and they're generating me crypto. They're generating me literally crypto, and I control that crypto. I pay them out. So now I'm getting essentially NFT Pokemons being played out there, generating me crypto, and I'm making money by helping people in the Philippines literally play a game. And they're playing a game, and they're making me money. Do you know how crazy this is? Like, I've got like 8 people playing for me. Some of them are like single moms in their mid-30s. Some of them are kids in like they're 16. I'm literally changing their life. I'm giving them a whole day job kind of thing, you know? But they're playing the game. It's just, it's insane, man. But yeah, you need, and the only way you find out about this, and Daniel will go through it, is if you're plugged into the system. Because I didn't know about this until I was plugged into Zachary Hogan, Jordan Morgan, and Mike Neverett, their NFT bootcamp. They mentioned Axie Infinity, which is the game, a couple months, about, I say like 4 or 5 months ago. And if you invested your money into game as well, you would have like 10x your money, you know. So you would have 10x your money and got involved in an NFT game. It just blows my mind the value that, you know, we give, man. But yeah, go on, bro, carry on.
No, I love it, honestly. Yeah. And this is the crazy thing that I want you to understand. As him speaking about how he owns an NFT that he's actually given, and he's actually given to other people for them to play with. And now that's actually generating not only him income, but them income. Now think about the flip side of it, of what that could do for you. Think about what that could do for all the gamers that you know. Now think about you identifying projects that had utility of that. Now you would start to understand things, that how it is that NFTs are really influencing other spaces. You're seeing luxury items. Think about, again, we gave the example of a Birkin. Now, a lot of times it's people that have, you know, fake versions, or they do this, they do that. It's hard to track them. Now, with the luxury item space, what can happen? You can actually have a certificate as an NFT. So let's say LV, Louis Vuitton. They actually gave you a certificate, said this is the verification that this is real. Now, what happens? When someone says they want to buy or they want to resell this to you, okay, can I just see the certificate? Now you can see that it's the real one. just because you look at the blockchain. Art, music, media. Now I want you to think about, I don't want to, you giving some free tokens already. We see you, Luxor token. This is one that we actually got told about when it was worth about $5. And currently, if you actually look at Luxor token, I think it's about over $30 to $32, $33. Now, this is a token, and again, not financial advice, but it's very, very big within the luxury community. Now, you'll see in Dolce & Gabbana, 100%, they started to bring out the NFTs. Now, I want you to understand what this is contributing to the space. A lot of people look at the profile pictures and think that's it. For the artists, for the musicians, for anyone that's involved in media, for the videographers, think about how many times that your content, you maybe posted it on Instagram, someone else has reposted it, didn't give you any credit. Now, because there's only a limited number of that art piece, what happens? For the artist in some part of the world that we don't actually maybe speak about, we don't know about, what happens? They release their art, but because they only have access to a certain number of people, even though they're an amazing artist, their work doesn't get out there. But if they have it as an NFT, now the whole world knows about it. For the musician, Tory Lanez, for example, made over $1 million in a certain in a minute. I think it was like 2 to 3 minutes, right? Just from selling NFTs, just from selling his albums as NFTs. Really understand that. And this is something that I want to say for anyone that's on here, you're an entrepreneur. Let me give you the understanding of NFTs in terms of business funding and new business models. I want you to really think about it. A lot of people go through crowdfunding, and crowdfunding is amazing, right? Crowdfunding is great. People, they get a share of this, they get a share of that. Now, what we're seeing right now with a lot of NFT projects is people are releasing NFT projects. They haven't actually built exactly what it is that they're looking for. Let's say, for example, you want to build a game. I want everyone to visualize your favorite game in the world. And let's say you wanted to remake it and you're actually releasing it, but you didn't have capital to release to make that game. So now what you do is you start an NFT project, you get a few certified individuals, and you actually do what? You actually come together and you're like, let's create these NFTs. Now you sell each NFT for, let's say, I don't know, let's say one Solana. Let's say it's a Solana NFT. And one Solana right now is about 120 pounds. Now you sell 10,000 of them. 10,000 times 120. I'm not doing the maths in my head. Someone can please put it in the chat. But that's a lot of money. Now you've got that money to do what with your project? Now you give the benefits to everyone that owns the NFTs. Okay, for every resale, you're going to get maybe 5%. Right? You give the benefits to the people that own the NFTs. Now what you're doing is you just crowdfunded without having your real product yet. But I want you to think about the other side of this. This does leave way for a lot of people that don't actually have any real projects. So this is why you have to have the partnership, the mentorship, the understanding, the information. Drop a number 8 if you understood kind of the business funding, the art, music, the gaming. I know that Asim, you've already been involved in the I think NBA Top Shot. You looked into it as well. So let's talk about sports collections and merchandise. Let's give some examples. Let's talk about the benefits that NFTs can actually bring to that space.
Oh, in terms of sport collection merchandise, right? So you have, for example, let's just say, does anyone remember like match attacks? Drop a one in the chat if you remember match attacks. Even females are saying, I did not expect that. I never expected it. So what happens, right, is match attacks. There's all these players, right? Football players. Now, when they sell packs of match attacks and they're being traded and whatever, and some of them are rare, do the footballers get paid? No, they don't get paid. So imagine you now have, NFT card collections, and this could be in football, NFL, UFC, all of these different, sports industries, right? Even maybe Olympics. And you can sell your card and you get a percentage of it being sold. So if you become a legendary individual that beats a certain record, your NFT might be worth a lot more. And now you're getting royalties from every time this NFT gets sold. And in terms of merchandise as well, if you, I don't know, for example, come out with an amazing design, to wear for, you playing in the sports. And, there's a certain jersey or tennis racket, whatever it is, right? You can then sell that as an NFT collection, and you can make money off of it. You don't need a middleman. That's one of the biggest things that crypto and especially NFTs get rid of. They get rid of the middle person that can broker the deal, that take a cut, and it essentially gives a creator full access to their work, which is the most important thing, right? Because if you brought out some art and you'd have to go through all these middlemen. You might lose $1 million in the process. You might lose 100K in the process, or 10K in the process. But now you make full amount of money that you need to make, and you have exclusive rights to everything that you own instead of giving that away. Okay, so that's essentially sports collection and merchandise. Even in moments in history, if you did something insane, like you scored an amazing goal, or you hit a shot from really far away, whatever it is, that moment in history is recorded, and someone can buy that for 100K, 150K, and then you get a percentage of that as well, because obviously you made the shot. So and in terms of like there's one thing that it kind of integrates to art, music, and media, right? Instead of buying tickets to a concert, for example, you have to buy an NFT. So I'll give you an example, right? Oh my God. So Snoop Dogg, Snoopy Snoop, Snoop Dogg, that guy right there, he is having a concert party in the metaverse. And the metaverse, if you guys don't know, if you've seen Ready Player One, right? Drop a 1 in the chat. Ready Player One people know what a metaverse is, right? A whole VR, universe. And there, you can essentially, I don't know, like it's kind of like Club Penguin and like Minecraft. You're in a world that is designed by a certain individual, right? For example, Snoop Dogg. He's created a concert, and you're there as a character, right? And you can experience a concert that Snoop Dogg is doing, and if you get a ticket for that, you essentially own the ticket, to attend, and that gives you exclusive benefits to maybe his own NFT collection, to early releases of airdrops, for example, so that he might give you something for free, the next concert or the next concert after that, he might give you access to that. So guys, there's so much that is going on that you guys don't even realize about NFTs, man. But yeah, let's carry on to the next slide.
Let's go. No, honestly, super excited. And I know Asim's examples, yeah, Sandbox. Honestly, there's so many things that I want you to understand that when it comes to this space, it's literally just the beginning. Now, the questions that we get a lot of the time is, what do you actually need to purchase NFTs? So on the most basic sense, you need the wallet, you need a marketplace, and you need an open mind. Now, the wallet is going to allow you to actually have the crypto involved. Maybe some marketplaces, you can use your card directly, like NBA Top Shot, I believe. But they also have, Flow. Flow is the crypto related to NBA Top Shot, Dapper Labs. So Dapper Labs is the company behind NBA Top Shot, essentially. So what we're finding is that the wallet is actually going to be there for you to actually purchase. The same way you have a physical wallet in your pocket that maybe holds pounds, maybe holds dollars, maybe holds, whatever currency, euros, wherever you may be in the world. You have crypto wallets, which hold crypto of a specific kind. So you have that crypto wallet, and that crypto wallet, the same way in specific countries, you can spend euros, you can spend pounds, you can spend dollars on specific marketplaces, you can spend particular currencies. So the next thing that you want to know also is you need an open mind. Now, why do I say an open mind? I really want everyone to resonate on what we spoke about before. It's just because you don't find something valuable doesn't mean that others won't. Just because you don't think something is nice doesn't mean that others don't. Just because you're looking at something and you're thinking that, this is worth nothing doesn't mean it's worthless. I don't want to embarrass myself right now, but there's a bar that I think in one of Drake's songs that like recently, and he said it was like what was it? Know the value of something, but the value of nothing. Someone drop it in the chat. Someone knows what I'm talking about. Like you said, it was such a big thing. Someone's gonna know exactly what is NFT. That was at the beginning of the that was at the beginning of the call. But in a nutshell, yeah, it's simply just a non-fungible token, which means it's only irreplaceable. Someone must know this lyric. I'm waiting for someone to drop it in the chat, but it's a very key mindset. You can apply that to NFTs. So there's so many different spaces, and that's maybe why Jay-Z said it. So let's talk about different marketplaces, and we're actually going to go through some live examples. Like we said before, NFTs are built on different blockchains. They will be sold on different marketplaces, and they use different wallets, just like different countries have different currencies. So OpenSea is a marketplace typically for Ethereum NFTs. Now, OpenSea is more something that Asim, this is more his space. And yeah, Ethereum NFTs is a lot more his space. Now, okay, the price of everything but the value of nothing. Oh, thank you. So, Naz, you're amazing. There we go. So the price of everything but the value of nothing. So I'm going to come back to that line, and we're going to make sense of that later. But another marketplace that you can look at is Vivi. NBA Top Shot. There's NFTs for a lot of different things. Now, obviously, as we said, this is not financial advice. Only invest what you're able to lose. That's the truth. That's what happens with any investment. But these are marketplaces that you can actually find and buy different NFTs on. Now, rather than just speaking about these, what we're going to do is we're going to like kind of break them down live in front of you. For people that are already working with us, we are planning another call where we're going to go into so much more detail, and we're going to be actually showing you some tips, some tricks, and showing you how to literally flip cryptos, more or less live. So it's going to be lit. That's amazing. But I don't know. I'm asking, was there anything? Actually, we're going to go through some live stuff, but let's break down what makes an NFT valuable. So we've got utility, community, and other traits that we're going to speak about later in the NFT bootcamp, or we're going to have actually going through. Someone said, "Oh me." You guys know. So let's break it down. Now, should we expand? Yeah, we'll expand on that. Now, yeah, Asim, what do you want to break down? Utility, community, or what? Which one would you want to go for?
I'll go for community. You can go for utility.
Okay, perfect. So now when it comes to utility, right? I'm not going to go into so much detail, but I want you guys to really understand what we mean by utility. I want you to, again, think about what I said before. There are so many hidden gems that some people may have flown over people's heads of what we said so far. Remember what we said about you releasing that project for the game that you're planning to make, but then every single person that buys the NFT gets a percentage of the secondary resale. Like Asim said, what's the utility behind the NFT that he bought that was for a game already? A game that was already made. The utility was the fact that people were able to get money from it. The utility was the fact that other people would be able to play it. There are NFTs where when it comes to gaming, right, people have to rent that player. Can you imagine? Let's say the game Snake, right? Actually, no, let's say FIFA. I know a lot of people know about FIFA. Now, imagine if you had to play a team and you had an NFT, you own Manchester United, for example, or you own PSG, whatever it may be, and you own that NFT. Now, every single time someone clicked on the FIFA game and they played as PSG or they played as Manchester United, you would get paid. That's utility. There's so many different ways of understanding utility, but another way to just break it down simply is what's the purpose behind it? What's the use case? Right? I really want you guys to understand this. What's the functionality behind an NFT? Now, we're going to have so many more live examples in the crypto bootcamp that it's not actually going to be myself or Asim going through. It's going to be the people that taught us everything that we've been speaking about. And then let's just say that, if Yasser is a GOAT in this, we've been in the space as well for a while. These are the OGs of the OGs. These are the people, these are the old gangsters, for anyone that doesn't know what OG means. But they're really up there when it comes to understanding this space, and they've actively been involved in this for a very long time already. So in a nutshell, utility, right? Utility is simply functionality. It's simply use case. It's simply what can the NFT do to benefit the users, not only that own the NFT, but that are going to use the project that the NFT is building. That's utility in a nutshell. There. Well, Asim, I'm gonna let you go with community. Let's go. Let me know.
So I'll give you one more example of utility, right? So you know how Daniel showed cybercoins before. So you can actually earn $400 a day for holding a cybercoins NFT. For example, Wicked 8 Bone Club, you earn $6 a day for holding one of the NFTs. Now imagine you own 100 of those Wicked 8 Bone Clubs. How much are you earning a day? $600 a day. It's insane. That's passive income as a form of utility. Now, in terms of community, what you've got to understand is the community mostly drives everything, okay? Because essentially the people make up the NFT. So the more people buy it, the higher the price it drives. If people are more committed to holding it over time and not listing the NFT, what happens is essentially there's less in the market, which makes it more valuable to buy. And also, the engagements in the chat, the community, people join things for community. They want to be a part of something. And imagine you're part of an organization that hold these NFTs that gives you exclusive access to certain events, certain yacht parties, some certain nightclub entries, certain conventions that happen with like for example Gary Vee, right? If you own his NFT, you get access to his convention for 3 years in a row. Okay. And also you might even get access to, if you buy a certain one, you can play tennis games with him. You can have 5-minute FaceTimes every year with him. So because he's built this community over years and years and years, and he releases his NFT collection, you can benefit and you benefit off all his value and owning a piece of his history, his time as well. And, you know, some fun time as well when you're playing tennis with him or foosball or whatever he, you know, he likes to play, you know, with his NFT members. So yeah, definitely there's a lot of benefits. We've only named a couple, but yeah, definitely check out, you know, you'll come across all of those as well. But we can go through, you know, these NFT projects on OpenSea as well, before we get to the next slide. Or we can do it right now, right? But I want to show you one example of like money, right? Because you guys have seen this stuff, but you're like, huh, like how much money can I make with it? I'll show you one example, right? That my dear friend Cass just sent me right now. So this is so this guy's Alex Becker, right? An amazing individual to follow when it comes to NFTs and cryptos. He really does not like ADA at all. So just a fair warning, if you're holding ADA, carry a box of tissues with you if you're checking out his tweet today. It's funny. Anyway, so he minted this Doge for $160 and sold for $87,000 yesterday. Okay, so that's basically an 87K profit. Let's just put it that way. It's totally reasonable, perfectly normal expectation to have with investing and money and stuff. But he doesn't have a disclaimer here. I'm telling you, there's a disclaimer, because if you don't get into the right things, you're gonna lose money. Okay, but it's insane. You know, that's life-changing money right there. And he only spent $160. That's £100. You know, instead of buying a pair of shoes, you know, a pair of great trainers, or, you know, I don't know, like a great nice meal out with all of your friends in Elvet, not even Elvet. What's that place called? The Salt Bay guy, Nusret.
Oh,
Instead of going to Nusret and buying, I don't know, like one steak, you could just buy an NFT and you can make 87K in the process, you know? So definitely don't get robbed. You know, make sure you invest your money properly. But let me go through OpenSea real quick. So this is the main website when it comes to Ethereum-based NFTs, right? So main place that I go to normally when it comes to checking it out every single day, apart from CoinGecko, which is, you know, check out cryptos, is the stats thing over here. Okay, so you got OpenSea.io. Make sure you're always on the right websites and click on stats. You can see here in the last 7 days, there's been 16,412 ETH in cryptos, right? And literally those little things right there, that's what's being sold right now. So it doesn't have to be insane pieces of art. It could be literally just ugly pieces of pixelated pictures, literally. And then the cheapest one is 9.25, okay? And in 24 hours, obviously, you can see it's gone down by 53% value. You know, 7 days has gone up 134% value as well. So obviously it's growing steadily over time. There's only 3.3 thousand people own these cryptos. And obviously there's 7,000 of them out there, which means that, you know, pretty much all of these owners have at least, you know, 2 basically. Okay. And then you have CryptoPunks, which is second, 14,000 Ethereum, you know, 3.1K owners and 10,000 assets. Do you know what's crazy about NFT those? Like, they were giving out these CryptoPunks for free. For free.
oh,
Guys, for free. And if you click on buy now, right, and check how much you can buy it for, I don't think there's nothing you can't even buy these. Like, let's see if we can buy now any of them. There's none, literally zero. But they're giving them out for free. That's how exclusive. It's sad. It's sad. But anyway, let's move on to the next stuff, right? So you have Cyberkongs, for example, and like he showed you, you know, they have a coin called the banana token, right? You know, this crypto, you know, specifically. Now, another place you can go to, you know, is just their marketplace in general. Let me show you. So obviously you connect your MetaMask to OpenSea, and this is where you have your profile. Do you guys want? Should I show them my my NFTs?
bro, is it? It's like that. Okay, let's do it.
I don't know. Shall I?
Bro, I think people. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. I know we got a few questions.
Yeah.
Let me just answer 1 or 2 of those questions because they're about to get lost in the excitement. But Let's so can anyone create or mint an NFT? Yes. Technically anyone could create a mint an NFT. It literally all it costs to actually do it is obviously you have the digital piece and then you have to mint it on the website. And the minting is going to cost a fee. Now, if you're using Ethereum, then there's something called a gas fee. And that's obviously something that, again, you need capital to be able to look at, you know, the gas fees and to actually be invested into them. Be able to afford them. Gas fees can vary from anywhere between like $50 to over $250, depending on how congested the Ethereum network is. Now, I'll show an animation a little, maybe another time, for us to understand what we mean by congested, but it's simply just a number of transactions happening at one time. Now, the value of it is going to be influenced. Again, this by someone else. There are kids that made NFTs that look like hands drawings, but they made over hundreds of thousands of dollars selling them. Right? This is what I want you to notice, family, that it's all based on the individual. Now, minting is simply the process of basically attaching it to your wallet. Right, that's the in simple terms. I just want to like break it down simply. Attaching it to your wallet, it can be the creation of the NFT itself. It can be getting it from the blockchain to know that this is the wallet address that it's assigned to. So minting is the process of you actually becoming the owner of that NFT, and you're the first person typically if you're the one that mints it. So that is that. Now, Asim, bro, like, you know, there's a lot of people that had the demand. I see them saying yes in the chat. So you do your thing, bro.
Before we get into it though, if anyone wants to buy an NFT, please try and make sure that they're verified. If you don't buy something that's verified and you're looking for a certain project, because there's duplicates all the time, right? And there's also a lot of scams in the particular NFT space. So don't click any links, any direct messages that are sent to you on Discord or anything like that. They can hack into your MetaMask and steal your NFTs, okay? But apart from that, it's pretty safe if you don't click any weird links. But if I go into like my profile, right? So I'll give you guys like a personal example. So this is some of my collection. The first ones that I bought, right? This one right here, the Mujahideen by Taliban punks, right? I had to like jump into the stereotype, you know? So, you know, I just bought it for 0.1 ETH. And you know what's crazy? They're going for like 1 ETH right now, which is insane. I just bought it for fun. And you know what's crazy? They airdropped me a US military H1 Hummer. And you know what's crazy? It's because, you know, it's US military. It's funded by them. So it's kind of funny how they sent me a US military one. But anyway, so you can sell that one as well. That I got for free. And what's crazy is I also bought these Wicked 8 Bone Clubs. And those are the ones that give you passive income as well. And what's crazy is you could, if you own one, you could also mint a hound. So they give you a free dog, which is selling for like 0.2, 0.35, 0.25 right now. And then they have a ritual happening in the future where you could merge one, you know, Wicked 8 Bone Club that I spent 3 ETH on, and 2 hounds, and they give you a monster, essentially a wicked monster. So that's pretty cool. And then you know what's crazy as well, like I bought these you know, these psychedelic bored apes for like really cheap, like £100 each.
Yeah, one of these. I was trying to get one of these. That's so good.
Oh, is it? Yeah, me and Over coming to the shop. So we were just going on NFTs. We were just going on a run, right? And you know, we come across these cool apes. You know what? We saw it in a showroom. You know, you can actually create your own art gallery, like a VR experience. And we saw these, and we bought the entire collection. One night, there's like 22 of them. We just bought all of them. So no one could buy them. And then they had these unlockables where if you go into them, for example, what's funny is
you're the reason. is you. You're okay.
Go to reveal unlockable content. Oh, I think I need to sign into MetaMask for this one. I don't know. Anyway, so you can message the creator to reveal the unlockable content. And what he said was pretty cool. He was like, send me an NFT that you want to merge with another, and I'll create like a, you know, like a unique NFT for free. I didn't even have to pay anything. I just got this one. Doesn't look the greatest, but you know, I still appreciate, you know, a free NFT. Yeah. And yeah, man, it's yeah, we bought like a lot of these. But yeah, they look cool. And so yeah, literally rinsed it. So if anyone wants to buy these, then so another one is you know, the best thing to do is go into this NFT Twitter, and there's Discord there's Discord NFTs. So if you go to those two places, you can get a lot of information. Now I bought these two, for example. This one's half an ETH I bought it for, and you know, it's called the Groupies. It's got like, you know, when you want to call someone a shithead, this guy's literally a shithead, and he's actually selling for like 1.5 ETH pretty much. You know, so I could get like triple my value from that. So instead of, was it like 600, about a grand, 1,200, I can now get it for like, I don't know, like £3,500. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And there's humanoids as well, you know, so that's essentially OpenSea for you. You can check out, obviously, based on like the rankings, you can kind of see which one's gaining a lot of value. You know, there's a lot of community behind them. You want to check out their Twitter, Discord, and everything. Let me show you through that real quick. So I'll go through one of my favorites, right? Wicked.
Wait. Just before Asim continues, I just want to confirm, guys, that people, cause I know I'm getting value from this. Like, I'm like, this is crazy. I just found out that Asim is the whale that I've been trying to get it from. Like I said, but no, honestly, like, I just want to confirm, everyone, if you're getting value from this call, we plan for this call to be an hour. We're literally, I think we're about 53 minutes or so. So literally just drop, like, you know, number 8 in the chat if you guys are getting value. We're gonna finish this off maybe in like 7 to 15 minutes max. Okay, we're seeing a lot of people getting value. Okay, now let's run it, bro.
So if you wanna, so before you buy into an NFT, I recommend you do like a week or two research. At least you can obviously follow their Twitter, Instagram, Discord, see what the community is talking about, all that kind of thing. I know this is going a little bit off topic again, but since the guy's here, kind of like waiting, you know, he's here. You know, he want to flex a little bit because that's what NFTs are. If you guys want to see what 100K invested into NFTs are, then just drop a 1 in the chat real quick. I'll be quick.
100K.
100K. 100K. All right, cool. So this is a 100K portfolio, right? So you know, he got the Mujahideen pistol. You know, I got Hamas. Mine was better. But anyway, so he buys a lot of like interesting artwork that he sees on Twitter and stuff. So you got like these two kind of stuff. Zunks are worthless kind of thing. We minted this one, but yeah, he got like, look at how many hounds he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And we got an Adam Bomb Squad as well, which is pretty cool. But also, yeah, this is his Mujahideen. We bought him together. And he bought some Mona Lisas too, but this is where things get really, really juicy, right? So 3.6 ETH on that. 9 ETH over there. 0.125, 0.56, 3 ETH on that. 6.5 ETH over there, right? And remember, 1 ETH is 2.5K right now. So times that by 6.5, times that by 9. 108K. Yeah. Times 6 over there, you know. And yeah, this is psychedelics that we well bought into. So yeah, that's what 100K looks like in NFTs. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna start flexing. We're gonna start flexing. Let's carry on back onto the slides. I'm sure you guys have got a good rundown on, you know, the OpenSea projects. But yeah, go on. Let's carry on.
I love it, man. Honestly, like I want everyone to just understand the value of what you just seen. Not only have you seen the NFTs live, but one thing that I want to understand, have you seen a strategy? Like some people, their strategy is pure, like, you know, it's holding it. Like I know Asim he's there for the blue chips. He's there for the NFTs that are gonna last, that are sustainable. And I love it. And obviously Omar is who's been killing it. So I want you guys to really understand that when it comes to the Twitter accounts, all these different things, I think we're going to go through that on the next call that we do. We'll go through a lot more. But for now, obviously, this call is like, very open to a lot of different people. It's an exclusive call, open to, to everyone. So we'll go into more detail on one that's exclusively for the individuals that we're working with. And yeah, we're going to break it down. Now, obviously, what Aston went through was OpenSea. OpenSea is an amazing platform. And with OpenSea, what you can see is that you're using Ethereum. Now, there's other apps such as VV, which is like good not entry level, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a good beginning app. To kind of look at things, see how they are. It's got a lot of Marvel NFTs. You got some designers on there, I believe. Literally on the VV app, you've got a lot of things happening. Even James Bond NFTs for the recent film that came out, they're being sold on the VV app. So now, the one that I personally focus on a lot is Solana NFTs. Now, the reason why is because I'll be honest, when I got into NFTs, I was still a little bit skeptical. I was like, you know what, like Ethereum NFTs, they should charge me $250 for no reason, like I said, like gas fee. So I found out about Solana NFTs. Now, one thing that people said, someone asked the question of, can you buy can you buy NFTs without Ethereum? Now, like someone else said in the chat, NFTs are bought based on the blockchain that they're created on. So there are NFTs that are created on the Solana blockchain. There are NFTs that are created on the Ethereum blockchain. There are NFTs even created on the Cardano blockchain that people haven't even been speaking about. But one thing that I've seen is that, a lot of people are already involved in the Ethereum, and obviously, yes, it's going to keep on growing, but Solana is another one that for the people that are involved in gaming, for the people that are involved and they want to have something a lot like, smaller, a lot less fees, they're looking into Solana NFTs. So what I'm going to do is it's very similar to the website that Yasin went through, but we're going to go through just the website very quickly. Let me see if I can get my Google Chrome up. And then we're going to show you a little bit about this website or marketplace known as Solana. So let me see if I can get my screen. Yeah, ready? And then what we're going to do is, we're going to break it down. Now, this is going to be the last thing that we go through before we talk to you about how to get access to the NFT bootcamp and then really wrap this up. We literally started this call with about 113, 118 people, and now it's at 145, just under 150 going strong. So I know that everyone here is ready for the value. So let's really make this happen. Now, with Solana NFTs, obviously, you're going to need a wallet to actually do that, a wallet that facilitates Solana. So you can connect your wallet whenever you're ready. Now, personally, when it comes to NFTs, I had a different strategy, and my focus was always flipping. It was just flipping to get more crypto. Now, it is a little bit riskier, in my opinion. It does depend, but yeah, at the end of the day, I'm here to increase my crypto portfolio as much as possible. If you know what's happening next to crypto, then yeah, you would know. So let's look at some stats. What you're going to notice, right, is first thing that you're going to see right here is Soul Punks. Now, you can see that we had CryptoPunks already that was Ethereum. Now, Soul Punks, when you look at them on the Solana network, you can see that they're still worth quite a lot of money. You can see 6.9. They're not worth the same amount, but 6.9. Now, that's not that much. Let's be real. But then you had, again, the idea of Bored Ape Yacht Club. Let me show you this Bored Ape Yacht Club. Now, what we saw is people started to create things called the degenerate apes. Now, this is, again, kind of a play on the whole idea of Bored Ape Yacht Club, but they started to create the same things on Solana. So if you've ever seen these before, these are Bored Ape Yacht Club. Degenerate Ape Academy. Now, you can see the floor price is 60 Solana. Now, if you times that by 120 pounds, you're going to see how much that is in pounds, about $180. You'll see how much that is in dollars. So that means the minimum to buy one of these right now is literally 60 Solana. So what people do is sometimes, and the strategies that we're going to be speaking about on future calls, is how to find an NFT before it really is created and sold on this, because this is what we call a secondary marketplace. Now, the truth is, let's just say how it is. The truth is that when it comes to NFTs, when you're buying it on the secondary marketplace, sometimes it's like, for anyone that's ever looked into buying and reselling shoes, or if you're a sneakerhead, then you know about this app called StockX. Now, a lot of the time people have like shoes and they buy it for maybe 70 pounds. But the buyers and the resellers, what they do is they clear out everything for 70 pounds and they sell it again for 400, 500. Now, what we're seeing is that people are doing the same thing with NFTs. So they're getting it before it's open to the public. They're minting it literally as soon as possible, and then they're buying and selling it for more. Now, essentially, Solana, OpenSea, both of these are like StockX, essentially. These are platforms, secondary marketplaces that people sell their NFTs for more. So what you're going to see is example, again, 60 Solana here. I personally don't really hold many NFTs. I just literally like, you know, buy mine, flip mine. Another one that I can show is one called Infinity Labs. Now, this one was interesting. Let me see if I can search it up here. I'm just going to break it down, and then we will probably wrap this call up and then talk about the boot camp. Now, as we get this up, now Infinity Labs was an NFT. And for those of you that are artists, I want you to really start to look into this a lot more. Now, when I personally got involved in this NFT, it was worth about 2.5 Solana, which isn't like, you know, a ridiculous amount of money, but it was at 10:30 p.m. That's when they said that they were minting it. That's when the drop was happening. So sometimes on Twitter, what you're going to see is you're going to see drop dates. And when they say drop dates, this means that the NFT hasn't officially been out. So now you mint the NFT at that specific time, 10:30 p.m. Then I remember coming onto this website literally about 4 hours later, and now that same NFT was selling for about 9 to 10 Solana. So in that time, obviously, you more or less quadrupled your investment. But one thing that I want you to understand is there are other projects that can be bought that will go down in value that don't. And sometimes that's, again, where the risk comes in. Now, obviously, we went to 9 Solana. I think the day after buying it, it went to about 18 Solana, which is a little bit like, you know, a little bit crazy. But one thing that we can see now is at 5.8. Now, the question is, when you come into this market, are you there? Do you understand the market enough to know when to get out? Are you there to understand the market enough to know how to actually make progress with it? Now, the things that are going to help every single person with actually getting through this, understanding it, is going to be the crypto bootcamp. Now, for the sake of time, we've been on the call for about an hour now for everyone. So we're going to speak about the NFT bootcamp. In fact, that's what I meant. And we actually are going to be going through. In fact, the people that taught myself, the people that taught Asin, the people that taught Omar, that we've all been plugging into when it comes to NFTs, these individuals are breaking it down. They're going to be breaking down what's the big deal about NFTs, talking about how to create an own trade in NFTs for more crypto, the utility behind it, because a lot of the terms that we may have used today, if they feel ambiguous, this is what the bootcamp is going to go into more detail. It's impossible for me to explain to you an industry that Dolce & Gabbana, literally Visa, that let's say, for example, even Microsoft, literally, yes, Microsoft, are getting involved in within the space of an hour. But even myself, Asim, it doesn't matter. These individuals are going to be breaking it down with weekly exclusive calls. So again, they're going to be speaking about it, showing you how to leverage these NFTs. If you're an artist, if you're a musician, if you're a gamer, if you're creative, NFTs is something to be looking into. So
Daniel, let me go through where to find it real quick, just for the members that
okay, just show everyone. Cool.
Some people might not be able to find this. It's a little bit hard. So let's get into that real quick. So obviously GoLive.im, the best place in the world to find your information on crypto, NFTs, and obviously Forex information, HFX, ECX, all that good stuff. But what you want to do is once you're here, you scroll all the way down to these three individuals called Zachary Hogan, Jordan Morgan, and Mike Navarrete. If you aren't taking notes, definitely take notes on this. They come on once a week. But they have done a bootcamp on this, and this is where you find some phenomenal information. I did overlook them a little bit when I did get on DCX, just because they're amazing at analysis, but I didn't know they could provide me with more value. I was being ignorant. I put my hand up because damn, they call that Axie Infinity here, June, and now 10x in it. I could have 10x my money with that. But anyway, so you have the bootcamp right over here. You know, you have obviously Sandbox and stuff, which is going to go into like the place where Snoop Dogg's going to do his concert, which is insane. And then you have, you know, the NFT bootcamp, you know, day 1, day 2, day 3. There's also the play to earn games as well. So the Axie Infinity that I talked about, where you can get people to play for you. Well, I didn't mention this before, but I made 2 of my NFT characters essentially breed, and they created kids. And those kids I sold for a lot of money as well. So NFTs are a bit crazy. I had a breeding factory going on like a couple months ago. It was getting wild. But anyway, let's move on. Let's finish this off, man.
Hello. Oh, no, man said.
I was literally.
I didn't hear that. That was not what we said. But anyway, we did not hear that. But anyway, gonna cut that part out the recording. But anyway, moving forward, it's crazy that literally all of these. It's crazy that all of these different ways of making money are available, and I really want you to understand, again, disclaimer, that all of these do involve risk. All of these do involve risk. and you want to really understand that information education is going to be the key thing that's going to help you. You guys are making me laugh. That's going to help you to really make progress in this. Now, one quote I always like to say and end on is, someone said this to me a long time ago. They said, if someone's going down the wrong road, they don't need motivation to speed them up. They need education to turn them around. So if you're looking at this, and, I ain't going to repeat that, but, if you're listening, you were listening. But if you're looking at this and you want to understand more, get access to the NFT bootcamp from the person that invited you onto this call. They're going to show you exactly how it is you can get access to the website and even learn how to trade your crypto, multiply your crypto, exactly what's going to be going on in the next few months when it comes to crypto. I'm just going to say it how it is. These next few months, a lot of people have looked at crypto and thought that, oh yeah, it's amazing. It goes up a lot. It goes down a lot. It's the next few months. That's what I'm going to say. The next few months. I'm not financial advice. Speak to the person who invited you. They're going to give you the assets and the keys that you're going to need to be able to make progress. So again, appreciate every single one of you. We started with 118 on the call, 113. Now we're literally just under 150. Super excited for us to make progress. And Asim, is there anything that you want to add before we wrap this up?
If you're not a part of the members already, to get access to this recording as well, you will need to be a member. Because we send it out to our group chats. So definitely, head back to the person that got you onto this call. Tell them, yo, I want to get started on this NFT stuff. And then we're all a big family here, to be honest with you. So you can also reach out to us as well once you're a member too. But yeah, there's so much more value that we're going to give you on the next call. So make sure you're there, because boy, we're going to show you flipping strategies. We're going to show you how to multiply your cryptos properly. I'm telling you now. We went through just like a little bit, gave you a little taste, a little starter. But we're going to give you the main course on the next call. Okay, so be prepared for that. It's going to be phenomenal. Thank you again, Daniel, for doing this with us, preparing all this value. I see you clapping as well. Thank you as well for participating in the chat and being a part of this call. I hope you guys have an amazing night, man.
Yeah, let's run it, family. Super excited for you. Appreciate you, Asim. Appreciate you, everyone on this call. Let's make this money. NFT season, baby. Let's go.